So these hospital workers, now there's been a GoFundMe that has been started for the nurses who helped deliver the baby. And, of course, it is now starting to go a little crazy. Lanai Bamfield, who's a registered nurse at North Kansas City Hospital, said on Friday during the event is that it seemed to us like we just hopped into action and it all happened so fast.
Yeah.
Imagine you're just sitting there and all of a sudden, well, I'm a nurse, I could help. Oh, you're a neonatal nurse.
We're really going to need you.
Yep.
We've got something for you. Come with me.
This is the deal.
They sent the veterinarian back to his seat. No, we're good. You get back there. Because that's what you always hear. Well, we got a vet. It's better than nothing.
God. It'll do in a pinch.
Yep.
So anyway, congratulations. Mom and baby are fine. And then when they landed in Honolulu, EMTs came on board, took her out in a wheelchair. And by all reports, Mom and baby are going to do fine.
Good. Wow.
Boof.
That is very scary.
And what would be do they have a point where they will not turn around?
Well, I'm guessing when you're closer to there than back, you know what I mean?
And with gas on the plane?
Because you
got to stay the course?
You're either closer to one or the other when you're over the ocean.
At some point, you would get to where,
Right.
I'm sorry, we're just rolling.
And isn't it 8 hours from L.A. to Honolulu?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
So if you were midway, you're screwed either way. Like 4 hours.
Right.
If you're already in labor and it's like, I'm ready to push.
Oh, my. And you got on the plane, did you not feel anything?
Probably
Yeah.
not. She's
You just don't
29
know.
weeks. You would completely mistake that for Braxton Hicks. There's no way you're in labor, right? You're thinking, I'm uncomfortable. It's a plane, of course.
Yeah. Wow.
That's shocking. Well, lucky for her, they had the right people on plane, and it seems like everyone's going to be fine. 6:39, it's Chris, John, and Corey in the morning. It's Bob 95 FM.
Bob 95 FM. Chris, John, and Corey in the morning. You know why. Bob 95 FM and Chris, John, and Corey in the morning want you to show us your junk on Bob 95 FM.
It doesn't matter if you've got a big pile of junk, a little pile of junk. Maybe you don't even have any junk of your own and you have to take a picture of somebody else's junk. That's fine.
Go after the neighbor's junk.
Why not?
Yep.
Yeah. Do you covet thy neighbor's junk? Get over there with the Bob 95 sign, take a picture in front of it.
Yeah.
Go to our Facebook page and post it, and you could be going to Eric Church up at the O'Leary Center from Bob 95 FM.
Yeah, send junk.
That's right. It's cleanup week. Piles are growing.
How's the junk looking?
The junk is looking good, and this is, I would give you one piece of advice if you want to win these Eric Church tickets.
Yeah.
Do it today, because as cleanup week grows, as every day there's more and more neighborhoods, there's going to be more and more entries. A lot of people right now don't have their junk out yet.
Yeah.
They're keeping their junk put away.
True.
So they're waiting for their day, which is coming this week
Yeah.
for cleanup week. So get a cleanup week pile. Doesn't even have to be your own. And put a Bob 95 sign, spray paint it on some wood. Write it on an appliance. Somebody put it on a couch in one of these.
Fun.
There's some good stuff.
Come
and
on.
every morning this week, your junk could win you tickets to see the Chief, Eric Church, up at the O'Leary Center October 1st.
Now-
Friday night concert, by the way.
Do you think that is this enough rain to get your junk wet? I mean,
Yeah.
is this,
Yeah. Well, rain
would
is,
say.
by definition, is wet.
Well, there's wet, and then there's,
Well, the cars are all wet and the ground is all wet. So
I would say furniture out there is
Yes.
not so good.
I think that
Right.
this
Damp-
is enough to ruin.
Absolutely.
Really?
But today's really the first big day, so we didn't have a ton of entries because of that.
Right.
And again, every week or every day this week we're doing this, and we'll have more and more. So your odds are really good right now.
Okay.
Do you guys do junk week in Canada? Or
Yeah, we do.
no, you do?
Yeah, it's like a couple weeks after this one.
Okay.
It's a junk week.
It's just
junk week, eh?
It's just a day, actually. When you're
It's
from
an
a small
afternoon.
town,
The whole
it's
town
one
put out
day.
your junk?
Yeah, yep.
Come and get it. All right, so that's what you have to do. You simply go to our Facebook page. We have a post right there that's pinned. You can't miss it.
Yep.
And you post the picture of you and your junk and a Bob 95 logo, smiling happily or what have you, or just
Yep.
get a logo on your junk. And we'll pick a winner every day this week. So who wins today?
Today's winner is Jessica. Jessica Holney is the first winner of tickets to see Eric Church. She's got a nice picture of some nice pile, some furniture in there, some looks like some old appliances, and a big piece of plywood, which she spray painted Bob 95, and she added the I Heart EFC.
Oh,
Nice touch, Jessica.
Yep.
Although, Jessica, that piece of plywood's probably worth a good $60, $70 these days. I may would have put that on Facebook Marketplace first, but that's just me.
Right.
Well, show us your junk, and you can go to Eric Church. We'll pick another winner tomorrow again on Bob 95 FM. Coming up next, how did that go down, and how did they even have a chance to win at the end? We'll take a small dive into the NDSU Bison coming up next on Bob 95.
Bob 95 FM. It's the Chris, John, and Corey in the morning. You know why. Podcast from Bob 95 FM.
And this unique spring season will come to an end for NDSU in Huntsville, Texas. Sam Houston wins 24-20.
And that'll do it.
Spring football is silly anyway.
Here we go.
It's just
Here
silly.
it
Had they
comes.
won, you would not be saying
No, it's
that.
just silly.
No, it wasn't real until it was. Like it
now it
didn't-
isn't.
It didn't count until it didn't, and then
Yes.
it doesn't. It's just
It's going to have an asterisk by it the whole time. We're familiar with that around here, the asterisk.
Yeah, true.
You know?
Yeah. Yesterday's game, it was frustrating because the defense played pretty darn good. NDSU more or less gave them 10 points to start the game. And the offense was struggling already. But two super exciting kick returns kept NDSU in it. But on the technicality that NDSU's offense, the quarterbacks, the running backs, the wide receivers, the tight ends, they scored 2 points. They scored a 2-point conversion after one of the kick touchdowns.
On the kick returns, yeah.
On a
Now-
kick return.
See, that does not sound like NDSU Bison football.
Nope.
Not, the week before is that, they started out sluggish. You're like, okay, anytime now. And they just never really got going. And maybe it was, you're starting with an 18-year-old quarterback that it seemed like Sam Houston said he's going to have to beat us.
Yeah.
And he might not have been good enough to beat them by himself yesterday. That's just how it goes. Sorry. It's not that he's not good. It just yesterday couldn't get it done.
Yeah.
And so now that's the bad news. Good news is kickoff of the 2021 fall season
Exactly.
is just 4 short months from tomorrow.
Exactly.
So don't worry. We're not going to have to cry in our soup all that long.
Yeah.
The 2021 season starts on September 4th.
Wouldn't have this been the time of year for the spring game, like the green and gold game?
Yeah, that usually happens.
Late
late
April.
April.
Yep.
Yeah, right. So
Right.
we just had an extended
Yeah.
spring game.
So UND loses, so they're out.
Yep.
But South Dakota State continues.
Yep.
Okay, as a diehard fan of this game of Bison football, do you cheer for a Missouri Valley team to win, or do you just want SDSU to go away?
Ooh, he brought the heat.
I know.
You
Come
know,
on.
I mean, because it's your division. You're like, hey, we're playing the best of the best here.
So you know me, I don't want anybody else to have anything nice.
Right.
It's
What
just-
did he
I'm
say
sorry,
last
this-
week? I don't want them to even taste
Exactly.
what it's like to win.
Like if I'm having a burger, I don't want them picking up the wrapper and licking the rest of the juice. No, I don't even want them to eat that. I'd rather
Oh,
eat
my
the paper
gosh.
than have them get a taste of
So
it.
the answer is no. You're not-
But here's what I will say is that yesterday during the hotline show that we did after the game, call-in fan reaction was with Trey Dempsey, former defensive back from NDSU. Great dude, great player, and he brought up a valid point because we talked about this. He had said, think if they do win the national championship, what juice that then gives to the next year's games. And
For sure.
it
Yeah.
does give it more excitement than as instead of this was your golden opportunity.
Yeah.
NDSU got knocked out and you still couldn't get it done. Now they still have to win 2 more games.
Right.
And they barely won yesterday. So, it's not like they're going to get a cakewalk into this thing. But so I can see that if they did win, it would put some. I mean, I don't know where they're going to move the playoff appearance banners that they have because that's all they can
Stop it.
celebrate is we've made the playoffs again, 2021. Yeah.
I will say the
They'd have
few
to
posts that I saw
move
yesterday,
those over.
it went with SDSU won and NDSU lost. Like, they couldn't even celebrate it just a win on their own. It was like more of a celebration over NDSU.
You say they, you mean we, because you did go to school there.
Yeah.
So
I'm not talking we.
And if you happen to go to
a lot of people that
ESPN.com
went there.
under their college football tab, which ESPN had the game on yesterday,
right.
it doesn't even mention any of the other games, just Sam Houston State dethrones NDSU.
Yeah,
That
is the headline. I mean,
and so they're probably upset that NDSU lost. Like, they want, that is the story.
Of course they do.
Them winning or losing to these other teams, that's not the story.
No.
So, it is what it is. And expectations are high at NDSU that you're going to win this every year. The coaches, the players, the fans, everybody just expects it. Mm-hmm. That's the way that's how it's become.
Yep.
Well, the good news, it's a short go until we get to go at it again.
Yep.
Yeah, the fall camp for starting, practices before the game is, I think, 92 days away. I mean, and then the first
That's
game
quick,
first game of the season is 4 months from tomorrow.
Wow.
So
And we all know how fast summer goes around here.
Exactly.
So don't blink twice. You'll be watching football again.
That's right. And hopefully, I hope that we get to that point that it's tailgating. It's not restricted on to how many people can be in there, all of that stuff. And to me, the season was a success in one right because it got played.
Yeah.
And that it actually happened, because last fall when they said we're moving into the spring, I would have taken everyone's bet of that season's not happening.
Yeah.
It just seemed like that's the way it was going. So that's a bright thing, right? Even through the loss. Mm-hmm. That and come on, Delaware. Let's go, Delaware. Let's go, Delaware.
I can't cheer for
Let's
Delaware.
go.
Me either.
They're the fighting Blue Hens.
Right.
We want them to beat the Bunnies. It's Bob 95 FM.
Bob 95 FM. Chris, John, and Corey in the morning. You know why.
All right. John, you drive a black vehicle.
Yep.
Corey, you are silver.
Yep.
I'm a maroon. But so we're not anywhere near the top of this. But this was a new study that was done by an automotive marketplace that finds that this color of vehicle depreciate slower than those painted any other color over the first 3 years of ownership. So if you walk on the lot, you buy a car and a new car, and you get it in this color, it's going to hold its value the longest just based on its color.
I have a guess
Okay.
for what it could be.
What do you think?
White.
Oh, you are wrong.
Darn it.
Actually, white is pretty much at the bottom
Really?
because there's a ton of them.
I was just going to say, because they're everywhere.
John, would you like to take a stab at this one?
Holds its value.
Yep.
And it's
Based on
none
its
of the
color.
ones we do. It's got to be blue.
Nope. According to the analysis of over 6 million transactions, the average depreciation of a vehicle was 37.6% over the 3 years. Yellow cars and trucks lost just 20% of their value. Yellow cars and trucks.
Is it just because there's very few of them?
That's right.
Okay.
Up next,
Rare.
beige.
Ooh, that's an exciting color. Beige.
What did one of my friends call it? Sit around brown or something like that. Like if you have one of those, it'll just sit there.
Yep.
Like no one's buying that.
Yep.
Anyway, followed by orange. All three represent a very small number of the new vehicles that are sold, so the supply matches well with the demand, but some other shades like purple, brown, and gold were also lower on the list that are unusual colors, if you would. Meanwhile, black, white, and silver, which are widely considered the safest bets for resale value, all performed within about 1% of the average, up at 37.6. So if you have one of those cars, there's a lot of them.
Yes.
So you can't really get top dollar for it, but that's true. Like if you want a yellow car and you've got one, well, you're just gonna have to pay a premium sometimes for it.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Like when I was a kid, I bought a pink scooter.
Did you really?
I did. I had a pink Yamaha
cute.
Raz scooter, and that one I got a huge deal on because the guy's like, "Yeah, nobody wants to buy this.
wants a pink
Nobody
scooter.
wants this thing."
This dumb kid will buy it.
Here I am. I got $1,000. Let's buy it.
Which, speaking of, it's almost scooter season, John.
Yeah, are you going to break that out again this year?
I probably would have this weekend if I'd have been around, but I was out of
Yeah.
town this weekend. So this weekend, I'm probably going to get her out
All right.
and get the motor running.
What do you got to do to tune her up?
Get
it
out on
going?
the highway. Mainly just put the battery back in it. Yeah, that's about it.
Is
Fill it with
do you
gas.
still just one driver with your kids?
Yeah.
Oh,
Travis turns 16 in a week and a half.
So he's soon.
2 weeks, so
Are
he's
you going
very
to
soon.
hand down your love of scooters?
No.
Why not? What a
No.
great way for him to get to and from a job and things in the summer.
No.
Why not? I don't understand. What am I
Because
missing?
The scooter's daddy's thing.
Oh my God.
We're not just letting the kids hop on the scooter.
They don't get to drive it at all?
No.
How many
You have to have a
miles to the
license.
gallon do you
Well,
get
I'm
on
saying
that?
when he gets a license.
No. I don't think so.
I could see him on a scooter.
And I don't think they have any interest in it either. So it's got my dad.